Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at Dogecoin, which is currently down only a bit. The entire market is sort of fluctuating, just consolidating, not really any major movement as we head into the weekend. Now in today's video we're going to go over exactly where I think Dogecoin can be going in the next few days and week, as well as a few other coins as well. Now before we jump into all of that, I want to ask you guys to check out the Discord down below. You can see on the screen right now just how many trades our members are winning. It's been absolutely insane. So yeah, make sure you join up. When you join, you can start copy and pasting the alerts that you get into your exchange and start profiting like you're seeing on the screen right now. Make sure you join up, first link in the description. Now back to the video. So yeah, Dogecoin has been in this relatively decent uptrend for the past few days. Obviously this isn't anything major, this isn't breaking previous highs and creating higher lows, so it's nothing major yet on the higher time frame. It's more of like a dead cat bounce, and on the lower time frame it's more of an observant uptrend. But regardless, you know, there's not really been much movement, and since it hit our first entry point, it's up now 15%, which isn't anything major. Again, you know, 15% is better than nothing, but we're still hoping to get these multiple x's at the previous highs of like 3x, 3.5x as well. So it still has a lot of way to go. Another key thing to take a look at is as well how the volume has died down. So you can see on these candles how small they are, and that just shows how little volume is going into them. Whereas if we compare to the previous market, you know, time that we were in, how much bigger the candles are, you can see, you know, once we started pumping up, the candles got larger and larger. On the downtrends they were a lot smaller, and then continuously going up they kept getting bigger and bigger. And during the previous bear market, again, you know, candles were very, very small because there was not a lot of volume in the market because of all of the uncertainty in the market. So clearly right now there isn't anything majorly bearish or majorly bullish that has really gone on this week. When there's something like that, the candles will be engulfed. You can see how large, you know, whenever there's a news event or there's a lot of certainty in the market for a bearish scenario or a bullish scenario, you'll see that candles move very, very large in each direction. However, now there is a lot of uncertainty in the market, and that's why we're not really moving in any one direction. It's more so just kangarooing sideways. So yeah, it makes it a lot harder for us to trade unless you're trading a very, very low time frame and trying to, you know, find supply and demand zones, which even then it's difficult because you don't know what news is going to come out. And this week we had the FOMC come out, which is essentially the interest rates for the US. Now, you know, we hoped to get interest cuts, but that didn't happen, but we didn't get interest hikes either. So overall it was very, very neutral for the market. We didn't see any sort of pump or dump. The market just continued on as usual. Whenever there is an FOMC, we usually will get a huge spike in volatility, but that's also because we get either a rate cut or a rate hike, which we didn't get this week. So next one is going to be in May, so 2 months away, but from then it's going to be back to back to back. So we're going to have 3 back to back to back FOMC meetings from May to June to July, and when we get those rate cuts, then you'll see the market pump up a lot. So that's the key thing we're going to be waiting for, and I feel like the interest rates are going to be the key decider for us to go back into a bullish market. You know, again, we're bearish right now. We have been making lower lows and lower highs. We're not trending up. Sure, we are higher than we were in the bear market, you know, and that's great. The news is a lot much better. The market is over on a better condition than it was during the bear market. It's probably in a similar, if not better, you know, sort of direction that it was heading in 21, because now we do have a pro-crypto president, pro-crypto SEC, pro-crypto government in the US, and a department for you know, DOGE in the Department of Government Efficiency. So we are in a better time than we were in 21. However, right now, with obviously Trump coming into office after many years not being in it, I think people need to adapt to the way he works, and he works quite, you know, in a volatile state. Big decisions being made quickly, and I think after Joe Biden, you know, it's going to take some getting used to, and I think slowly the market is getting used to it. Obviously, after he came into office, we got an all-time high on the S&P. Then things started breaking loose when we had the tariffs get hit, we had the Oval Office incident, and many things essentially just piled onto the uncertainty and how volatile Donald Trump was working. But again, you know, once he does it enough times, the market will just adapt, and you know, when we get a new tariff or something in negotiations, I don't think we'll see this large of a dump or pump. I think the market will adapt, and when that does happen and we do start getting news on crypto, like a crypto reserve or more ETFs being launched, I think that's when you'll start to see bigger pumps, because we did get crypto reserve news right here, but again, that was in a very, very bad market state. Lots of uncertainty, and the execution as well wasn't great. You know, we had coins like Solana, ADA, XRP mentioned initially, with Bitcoin and Ethereum missing, and really it should have only been Bitcoin in the, you know, crypto reserve plan, and then afterwards Bitcoin got mentioned, so it was a huge mess. I don't think it was thought out very well, but regardless, it's in the past now, and we're gonna have to wait to see how they essentially re-announce it. That was a sort of hint, minor announcement. When the actual announcement comes and the reserve actually does come, that's when I think we'll start to see a bigger pump, because we've not had any sort of buy the rumor, sell the news scenario yet for that info. And that's essentially what caused this huge spike, which was Trump coming into office and some huge news happening. We got the buy the rumor, Trump comes into office, and sell the news. So nothing like that has happened yet for the crypto reserve news, and hopefully it does, because then again we're going to spike up probably past 50 cents on Dogecoin, and that's what we're really looking for. So the exact point where we're accumulating and distributing, well, our accumulation initial one was here at 15 cents, then we're looking at 12 to 13 cents, then we're looking at maybe 10 cents. So we have three main areas to DCA. Again, if the market does continue to dump, we're prepared. If not, and it just pumps now, we already entered in here at the lows at 15 cents. And where are we looking to sell? Well, like I mentioned at the start, we're really looking for a multiple. We don't want to sell for 10-15%. We're going to look for a 3x here, back to the previous highs. If you want to hold shorter term and you want to take profits in a more conservative manner, you can look to take profits here at 26 cents for nearly a 2x, even at these highs right here for a 2.6x, or just keep on holding for a 3.2x. I think it will be quite easily achievable if the market does come back to its regular state. Bitcoin, we already talked about in a few videos. It didn't break above this resistance level, so it's most likely going to continue to head down. We're going to look to head to 74, maybe even $69,000 on BTC. Again, that will be reflected in all altcoins, not just Dogecoin. And if that is the case and alts do fall a lot lower, then again our other DCA levels will be hit for Doge at 12, 13, 10 cents, around those areas. And that's practically it for today's video on Doge. Other coins I'm going to be keeping an eye on include Solana. ETH under 2k is an absolute steal as well. Polkadot actually forming quite well. AVAX really slow mover, can find some good trades on that. Fetch, really underperforming the market. Dog with Hat as well is another coin that is great for shorts. We were looking for shorts actually right here. You can go back to a few videos where we talked about shorting from these areas. If you did short, probably would have planned out quite well, assuming you entered on a lower time frame entry and really dug deep into your exact entry point and take profit. But apart from that, we're gonna head into the weekend. Probably gonna be a very slow weekend, no major volatility. So yeah, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please do make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to be getting my trades every single day, then check out the Discord down below. First link in the description. Join up, start copying the trades. But if you need a place to actually buy, sell, or trade cryptocurrency, then check out all the exchanges we're working with down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.